Hello, and welcome to the video review of Bioshock Infinite Burial at Sea, Part 2. God, what a mouthful. I'm Jared Russo, I'm the gaming editor for Geekbench, and I wholeheartedly love the Bioshock franchise, the Empire. Everything about it, even Bioshock 2 and the DLCs, love them all. So I'm a super big hardcore fan who's super biased, and I don't know if that's necessarily a bad case. I don't know if having somebody who doesn't care about these games review these games. I'd probably prefer somebody who's really into them, who would know how to critique the games. Because in order to love something, you have to also accept the flaws in it. But I reviewed episode 1 of Burial at Sea, and I liked it. It was hard to feel slighted, considering it was $15, was really short. You can kind of tell. I don't want to say Ken Levine and his team rushed it, but like there was just some elements of that game or that DLC that was just like, man, if you just spent a little more time and effort making this a little more polished, a little better, it would have really became like it would have really been great. But it was merely pretty good. This DLC, as I'm sure you have heard, is it's the real deal. It up to snuff. A huge improvement over the first episode. A really great end to the Bioshock legacy. It's a great swan song end off for Irrational and for everything that they've created. You know, the two worlds they've brought us, and the interconnected universe, and all the fun little nuanced details and the like. So I played this game the day it came out. I'm recording this on a Wednesday. It came out yesterday, but you don't know that. And I beat it in a day, but it took me like the whole day. Like, in between like eating and doing some other stuff. But, like, I spent a pretty much like since when I downloaded all the way until like nighttime. Like, I just spent so long playing this game because I just wanted to just really find everything and just get everything out of it. I went through every nook and cranny. Um, but it wasn't just because I'm a weird completionist. It was because I really just enjoyed spending time in the world. So I really just tried to savor every tiny moment, knowing that this was going to be the last Bioshock related thing I was going to get for a while. And even if 2K decides to make more Bioshock stuff, it won't be the same, I wouldn't imagine. So watching footage I stole from YouTube, thanks. Let's Play Random Guy. And right now you're witnessing some the Peeping Tom plasmid slash vigor that you get. So this DLC basically focuses on Elizabeth, and it's a stealth game, which is weird because there's always been stealthy slash survival horror esque elements to these games. Not particularly Bioshock Infinite, but to the first Bioshock. And this game just really goes for it, and it works. Totally works. I never felt I don't know, like the mechanics were like not thought out. I thought they were well implemented. So I thought that sneaking around as Elizabeth, having like the broken glass on the ground and using the invisibility to see through walls and sneaking up on people and being patient and knowing when to strike and when to move. I felt like it was really well done. So it wasn't just kind of thrown in just for the hell of it. It was actually very well thought out. Um, and it is weird too because like they introduce like having people like respond to like being aware of you and alert, and the security, and there's so many like new things in this game gameplay wise that are just so different from either Bioshock 1 or Infinite, and they're all based around stealth, and it all works. It's all like it just fits. Like I didn't have to like rewire my brain. I wasn't like playing a new game. I was like, oh, okay, like I'm just good to go. um and yeah, I don't think the entire length of the DLC I ever went like, man, like this part's really hard, or this, there's like a weird difficulty curve. So, there's no spike into it. Not like they're like tossing you like random shenanigans that like interrupt the flow of it. They kind of give you this nice progression, and they mix it up a lot with not being stealthy exploration. They kind of give you these nice little moments, these nice little set pieces that like, okay, now you can use your guns and your powers. You can kind of just go ham. But they also give you this nice flexibility between hiding, using Peeping Tom, possessing people, especially the big daddy that just lumbers around like the chainsaw guy in Resident Evil 4. You can kind of use him to your whimsy, to either just kill enemies or just to move to traverse around the main part of the Rapture part of the map. Um, and then you have the Old Man Winter, and you have this new plasma called Ironsides, which allows you to absorb bullets and take the ammo and give it to yourself. And if you upgrade it enough, you get like health and Eve. So they kind of give you some nice like defensive minded stuff too. And I also really like the new gun, the tranquilizer gun that has 3 different darts. I thought that was a really, really interesting. I don't want to say interesting like someone's looking at an art gallery and go, "Oh, this is interesting," but they mean that they think it's bad. Like I thought it was a really nice change of pace that really suited the gameplay. So everything that's new about this DLC, gameplay-wise, I really liked. The lockpicks, they're back. The obsessing over lockpicks and opening doors. There's always enough lockpicks around. You just have to really, I don't know, time it well. Like you have to know like what doors you haven't opened and how much you have, and try to buy enough lockpicks to get through. Because if you go, if like there are certain sequences of the game, and if you just like leave them, you can never go back. And it's like you just want to open everything up. But I'm trying to stay as spoiler free as possible because like I don't know if you're watching this video review and you're on the fence about it. I'm pretty sure people who are going to buy this game have bought it and played it. And I'm pretty sure people who are not interested aren't watching this. So like I feel like I should be able to spoil the game. But I'm not going to. So I'll leave it as is, just to not perturb anybody. But I think the thing I liked least about this DLC wasn't the length, and it wasn't the story or the writing, and it wasn't the gameplay. It was actually like really stupid shit. For instance, there's no like brightness meter in the menus. Like I wanted to make the game brighter because my TV kind of makes things dark, and like I couldn't make it brighter, so like I had to like kind of put up with like really dark corners and like parts of the level. I'm like I can't really see where I'm going. Um, I mean, it's not a problem, I guess, if you have like good eyesight or aren't worried about like I don't know dark spots. But and there's also like the control settings. Like I wanted to like change the controls because I didn't want to hold down X to crouch. I wanted to hit a button, but I wanted melee on B, and like they give you like really stupid like control options, and I was like, this isn't cool. I don't like this. And the saving is weird. The checkpoints, if you die, they're like really stupid, and you can't like manually save. And I was just like, I don't know if they thought about these things or if they just kind of just used whatever was in place for Infinite. But I don't know. Some of that stuff was just kind of odd. And then some of the AI sometimes like they'll see you, you're like, you can see me. Come on, like give me a break. I'm here, and they're just like, oh, I wonder where this person is. You're like really AI. And then sometimes they're just like sort of weird and aggressive. And then like in one case, I was literally there was like 10 enemies, and I was just standing there going invisible. And they're like they know I'm there, but they don't do anything about it because I'm just standing there invisible. And then like I hit one and I go right back into invisible, and they're like, oh, who hit that guy? And I was like, really? Like you didn't see me go out of invisibility and back into it? I don't know. But in terms of the art direction, stellar. The level design, amazing. The lore, the world of Rapture, and other parts unknown that I won't spoil. Really impressive. I mean, just it's the best. And if you're a super fan, there is so much here to just eat up. Um, it really is like the perfect like end piece for both Bioshock games because there's so much that they kind of like help explain and link, and it's not like there's any like sort of like insane like plot twist. You're like, what? Big Daddies were actually this the whole time. There's no like incredible like thing that you missed. There's a lot of like really cool touches and just there's also a couple of really sad moments that I thought were amazing. Courtney Draper, who does Elizabeth, does the best work she's ever done. I mean, there are just some really fantastic parts to this game. The writing is impeccable. Um, and just the end to this DLC really is like a end to this DLC. Like I feel like the Burial at Sea is its own BioShock game almost because it doesn't really like totally resolve the first game or Infinite. It kind of just like wraps all of it up, but it also has its own sort of story, which I appreciate. It didn't try to go back and like meddle too much with what worked with the other games. It kind of only just adds to it. Um, and I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that they didn't like try to like go back and like retcon anything. It was just like, no, like, here are some interesting new facts that might enlighten. And at the end of it, it's not like your head is blown away. You're just like, what in the hell? I was just like, oh no, this is really cool. I really dig this. And this is a sad, it was so sad playing through the whole thing too because I was like, I better enjoy this because like this is the last Ken Levine-esque Bioshock thing I will ever get to do. It was really painful so to be knowing that the whole time, but I thoroughly, thoroughly, thoroughly enjoyed it the whole way through. So I think this kind of atoned for the sins of the first episode. Although playing them back to back together in like one long thing, you're basically playing like a new Bioshock game. This is a pretty lengthy DLC. Um, so I don't know. I would imagine it's like 12 hours combined if you just like really take it all in. Um, wow, I didn't know you could possess that guy. I just shot that guy playing the guitar. I didn't know. I thought he was an enemy. Anyways, um, so yeah, so this is great. I would absolutely go buy it. If you still have that game, literally a year after it came out, if you still have the disc for Infinite or whatever, just buy it. Just buy these blind, play them. And if you don't care at all about the Circus of Values vending machine and the fact that if you don't buy anything from him, he'll say, "Come on, buddy, I got a family to feed." If you don't find that hysterical, then this is probably not for you. But for me, I thought it was great. Because anytime the Circus of Values guy, the fake clown, says anything new, I immediately make that like my text tone. Because I'm a super hardcore nerd fan. But anyways, so that is the video review for Burial at Sea Part 2. I hope you enjoyed me rambling on uh, about this game. Um, I sure will. I love rambling about anything that I'm interested in or disinterested in. I'll rant about whatever I hate. But I really did like this game, so I'm gonna give this a 9.5, a little higher up on the review scale than if you go check out Metacritic, because I'm an easy grader. I don't really think the score matters. I think my words matter more, and I highly recommend this game. I think that's all that really matters when it comes down to it as a review. Um, and yeah, so that is it. Go buy this game. I'll just do some quick plugs. You can follow me on Twitter at Jared Russo. You can go to geekbinge.com, check out all of the work, including this video review if you're just watching this on YouTube. You can find our podcast, Screen Bites with a Y. It's on iTunes. You can follow us on Twitch, twitch.tv/geekbinge. That's where we live stream every Wednesday and Sunday afternoon. You can go to youtube.com/geekbingevideos. That's where I'll be doing way more video stuff, and we'll be putting out some trailers and some interesting things here and there. And other than that, I bid you farewell, and I bid a farewell to Irrational and the Bioshock world, and to Ken Levine, who's gone on to greater pastures with his small, tiny team who decides to do games about narrative Legos, which I'm very interested in. But a very sad day. But I think it's sad only if you let it be sad. I think we should also be celebrating that they were able to make this, and it's amazing. It's fucking awesome. Although it is bittersweet, but I might replay this game again and go through 1998 mode, which I dabbled in it. I'm really digging the gameplay. I don't think this game would be as good if it didn't hold up a second time through when you're really trying to play super stealthy and gather all the audio diaries that you missed the first time. So definitely, definitely, definitely recommend. And thank you for watching and listening. And I will see you guys next time.